There's a major change to sunscreen guidelines out this morning. Until now, most public health organisations had recommended applying sunscreen ahead of planned outdoor activities. But experts now recommend Aussies apply sunscreen every day as part of a morning routine. It follows research that shows even small doses of sunlight from everyday activities like walking or hanging out washing can lead to skin cancer. And joining us now, Associate Professor Rachel Neal from QIMR Berghofer Medical Research Institute. Rachel, good morning to you. Now,
good morning.
I think a lot of Australians aren't necessarily doing this every single day. Why should we put it on even if we're not planning on spending a huge amount of time outdoors?
Well, just because you don't plan on spending a huge amount of time outdoors doesn't mean that you're not going to get a little bit of sun exposure when you're going about your daily activities. So just ducking out to meet a friend for morning tea or walking to the bus stop in the morning, every little bit of sun that you get is hitting your skin and causing potential damage to the cells there. So if we can stop the accumulation of little bits of sun exposure, we're going to reduce our risk of skin cancer down the line.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now, this advice applies when the maximum UV level is forecast to be 3 or higher. Is that all year round for most states?
Certainly for Queensland, where I am, and for large swathes of northern Australia. For parts of New South Wales, southern New South Wales, there's about a month or so in the middle of the year where you can have a break from your sunscreen. And Victoria and Tasmania, 2 to 3 months a year where, again, you can have a bit of a break from your daily sunscreen routine.
Yeah, okay. That's fascinating, isn't it? Now, according to the Cancer Council, around 2 in 3 Australians will be diagnosed with skin cancer by the time they're 70. Is the message getting through, or, I mean, like in my case, is a lot of the damage done in your childhood all those years ago when there wasn't as much awareness or as much sunscreen being applied?
There's no doubt that those of us who grew up in the era of cooking ourselves have done some damage. But the skin cancer trials of sunscreen have shown that even adults who've had that early life damage, if we put sunscreen on every day, we can reduce our risk of skin cancer in the future. So I think we shouldn't just assume that the damage is done and it's too late and we may as well give up. Applying sunscreen will still reduce your future risk of skin cancer.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Now, for those people out there who then stay indoors and don't get any vitamin D or any sun, what's your advice to them?
So a little bit of sun exposure, of course, is a good thing for us, and particularly outdoors activities, being active is good for us as well. So living in a cave and never ever going out is not good for us from the perspective of vitamin D and potentially other benefits of sun exposure. So a little bit of sun exposure a few times a week with some skin exposed is a really good idea, but you should still make sure that you have your sunscreen on in the morning.
All right, great to talk to you. Thank you, Rachel. Good advice.
You're welcome.
Nat,